Here we are back with episode 2 of the Transformers Leadership series, my friends. For those who don't know it, this is a brand new series about the world of Cybertron, presenting everything in a completely different way. So make sure to watch the episode until the end, because it's exciting. And don't forget to activate the subscribe button. And let's begin! The episode begins as Starscream steps forward with confidence toward the Autobots, saying mockingly, "It would be better for you to submit to the great Megatron, or you will fall like all the other cities." But Bumblebee, with his usual bravery, punches Starscream with great force, sending him flying into the wall, where he crashes and loses consciousness. Megatron grows furious and orders the attack to begin. "Autobots, spread out!" shouts Alpha Trion. Megatron forms a sword from his hand and charges at Alpha Trion, who blocks the strike with the Sword of Leadership, and the two clash, sword against sword. Meanwhile, Whirl and Shockwave lock hands, straining against one another, as Shockwave says, "Come on, try, my brother. You have never been able to defeat me in the past." Then Shockwave lifts Whirl, hurls him against the wall, and stomps on his face with his foot, knocking him unconscious. He aims the cannon in his arm at him, about to fire, then stops and says, "This is the last time I will spare you, my brother." Bulkhead rushes toward Orion Pax and lifts the debris off him. Suddenly, the brothers Wingblade and Skywing leap onto Bulkhead. He transforms his arm into a wrecking ball and begins fighting them. He strikes Skywing directly in the face, sending him crashing to the ground. He tries to hit the other one, but the second dodges his attacks and engages him in close combat. Meanwhile, the sword duel continues between Alpha Trion and Megatron, who laughs and says, "Alpha Trion, the wise old one, still living in dreams of the past, I thought time had taught you that peace is nothing but an illusion." Alpha Trion replies calmly and firmly, "Peace is not an illusion, Megatron. It is the hardest choice, but the only one worth fighting for. As for you, you chose the path of destruction because it is the easier one." Megatron laughs and responds, "Your empty words will not protect you now, nor will they stop me from crushing everyone who stands in my way. I will end you, just as I ended many before you." Orion Pax awakens and looks toward Brawl, who is trying to strike Soundwave with his sword, but fails thanks to Soundwave's massive arms, which give him exceptional defense. Nearby, Bumblebee punches Airachnid in the face, sending her to the ground. He transforms his arm into a blade and moves to plunge it into her to extinguish her spark, but she suddenly fires spiderwebs from her hand, wrapping them around his entire body, leaving him completely immobilized. Ratchet lies on the ground as Blitzwing slams his foot onto Ratchet's chest, and Ratchet begs him to stop. Starscream rises from his unconscious state, takes in the scene, then screams. For Megatron, he fires a missile from his arm, which strikes Alpha Trion's arm, severing it completely. Megatron seizes the opportunity and smashes Alpha Trion in the face, knocking him to the ground. Brawl abandons his fight, trying to rush to Alpha Trion's aid, but Soundwave deploys his mini-con rumble from his back, who leaps onto Brawl, electrocuting him until he loses consciousness. The brothers Wingblade and Skywing grab Bulkhead and pin him to the ground, and Megatron is just about to deliver the final blow to Alpha Trion. Suddenly, a vehicle speeds toward Megatron and transforms mid-charge. It is Orion Pax, who lands several punches directly into Megatron's face, forcing him to lose balance and crash into Shockwave. Orion Pax turns and asks Alpha Trion, "Master, are you alright?" But Orion Pax is suddenly caught off guard by an attack from Starscream, who fires a barrage of small missiles from his body, causing a painful explosion. Orion Pax is thrown violently to the ground, badly wounded, right in front of Megatron. Megatron rises to his feet and says mockingly, Orion Pax, student of Alpha Trion, the one with great ambition, do you really believe that mere courage can stand against my power? You are nothing before the greatness of Megatron. Orion Pax replies, in pain yet unwavering, I will not allow you to destroy everything we believe in. Megatron lets out a terrifying laugh and says, your faith is as weak as you are, and now watch the end of your master, just as I personally ensured the end of mine. He stomps down violently on Orion Pax's face, then turns back toward Alpha Trion. He delivers the final strike, and Alpha Trion's spark is extinguished. Everyone stands in shock. Just before Alpha Trion's spark fades completely, he speaks in a weak voice, yet filled with meaning. Megatron, listen carefully to my words. Your end is not far. A leader will rise, one chosen by the sword itself. This leader will not seek power or authority, but peace, which you will never know. Alpha Trion's entire body begins to glow blue. His spark merges with the sword of leadership, and his body vanishes from the battlefield. Megatron is shaken by what he has heard. He lifts the sword and says, I will make sure that never happens myself. Starscream laughs arrogantly and says, the game is over. There is no hope for you anymore. Surrender before we erase you from existence. Megatron roars angrily. Starscream, silence. This battle is not over yet. Now, let us teach them a lesson they will never forget. Megatron advances slowly, his eyes burning with rage, dragging the sword of leadership toward Orion Pax, wounded and exhausted, who tries to rise but cannot. Megatron looks down at him with contempt, then says in a low, cold voice, it's over, Orion. He raises the sword. Everyone watches in silence, as if time itself has stopped, and Megatron is about to kill our hero. I hope you enjoyed the episode, so make sure to subscribe to receive episode 3, where we'll find out how Orion Pax will survive. Until then, goodbye.